watching the American Conference on ESPN2. We welcome you to the Hilltop. SMU, your host tonight for this American Conference matchup between the Mustangs and the Golden Hurricane. Hello again, everybody, along with Alex Cordery and Dusty Dvorak. I'm Dave Lamont. We thank you very much for joining us. This is a big night potentially for SMU. A magic number here is 6.
And Chad Morris has been building to this point, trying to get the SMU Mustangs back to bowl eligible. They have a great opportunity tonight at home where they're undefeated against a Tulsa team that's trying to change the tide of their season with a road win here tonight.
And SMU brings in one of the best offenses in the nation. They do it through the air with an unbelievable pass receiving combo.
Yeah, and it's two different guys, and they have completely different skill sets. Trey Quinn is that possession receiver, knows how to get open, sure-handed, and he's good after the catch. And Cortland Sutton, one of the most physically imposing wide receivers in all of college football. Talking with a scout on the field before the game, said this might be the best playmaker in the entire state of Texas.
Only 12 Division I schools and many more to choose from. So obviously the question is, how do you stop them? If you're Tulsa, you play keep away. And you just don't let them have the ball.
Just run the football, and that's what Tulsa's done so well this season. And they've been doing it with D Angelo Brewer and also the true freshman Shamari Brooks. 3 straight 100-yard games. Last week, over 30 carries and 160 yards. I like this kid's toughness between the tackles, not afraid to lower the shoulder, lower the boom. Also, he's got great vision, the ability to cut back and make you miss.
He had to do all the work against UConn, but his partner is back tonight. We expect D Angelo Brewer, who looked good when Dusty and I watched him in warm-ups, will be able to play tonight. So will be the two-headed attack for Tulsa. It should be anyway. For more on Trey Quinn, the hottest, maybe the hottest player in the entire country. Let's go to the field and Alex Cordery.
Thank you, Dave. Yes, wide receiver Trey Quinn transferred from LSU to SMU in 2016. He had to sit out last year, of course, which is required for transfer players. He said having a year off without that competition was one of the toughest times for him, but football, family, and faith empowered him. How about this? He caught roughly 100 balls every day, totaled it up to 27,000 balls over the year. There were points his fingers turned purple, but it didn't slow him down because he plays with a chip on his shoulder. He's fueled to prove doubters wrong, and clearly he is not a player to rest on his laurels.
Alex, thank you. Yeah, he has had a run that is just hard to imagine. Certainly he benefits from having Cortland Sutton around, but you know, Sutton also benefits from having Quinn around. And when you're coaching against this, when you draw up a game plan, Dusty, how do you do it?
You can't take everybody away, and that's a problem for opposing defenses. Pick your poison. You can't double everybody. And oh, by the way, SMU can run the football if you commit too many defenders to coverage.
SMU won the toss. They have deferred, so the Golden Hurricane of Philip Montgomery will get the football back. This is a different year for Montgomery. He lost a lot of experience on the offensive end, so his team has struggled a bit when they've had the football. Not the same for SMU and for Chad Morris in his 3rd year. Both these coaches actually in the 3rd year of these programs. You got Keelan Stokes and Rowdy Simon back deep. Wind has died down a bit. And it's a beautiful around 50-degree evening for football. This will be Stokes around the 3. And he will get to about the 27, maybe the 28-yard line. And we'll get our first look tonight at Luke Skipper playing his 4th game as the quarterback for Tulsa. Took over during the Tulane game on October 7th for Chad President, who is expected to see some action tonight in certain situations. Skipper considered a little bit better thrower of the football. And we'll see who comes out, and it will be D Angelo Brewer, number 4, coming out of the tailback position. So that's good news for Tulsa to see him back. He is a very productive player. Fake to Brewer, and looking long and plenty of time, and Skipper's going to go deep down the field right away, and it's broken up incomplete at the 30-yard line, trying to get it to Johnson, and Clemens was able to come up with the pass breakup.
This is the element of the offense that Tulsa really has to work on, taking their shots down the field, something that they have not been able to hit on throughout the course of the season. I like the fact Tulsa being aggressive, taking their shot early on 1st down.
Now Brewer, and he is stopped. In fact, he's going to lose a yard as Davis able to come in there, the Hawaii native. So you're going to lose 3rd down and 11 now.
3rd and 11, not a situation this Tulsa offense wants to be in. Luke Skipper still learning the position at quarterback. Expect SMU to dial up some pressure and heat the young quarterback up. Dan Malone told us yesterday, 3rd and long situations, he loves to bring extra defenders.
They'll get it out to the 32-yard line. A completion, fighting for the additional yardage, but short of the first down is Keenan Johnson. And that time, Jordan Wyatt, a top defender in the entire conference, not just for SMU, stopped him after a 9-yard gain. It's 4th and 2.
Not the opening possession Tulsa wanted to come out and have. Unable to run the football effectively on 2nd down, sets up a 3rd and long. As we've talked about, the inability to throw the football down the field, the short underneath throw well in front of the sticks. Quick 3 and out for the Tulsa offense.
You've got Trey Quinn standing back at single safety at the 30-yard line. You see that Thomas Pennant got punting in his blood. Comes up with a pretty high kick here. Driving Quinn well back to the 12-yard line. He'll go ahead and take a shot at it, but he is in trouble. He'll be caught for about a 4-yard loss on the return at the 8-yard line. Very poor field position, obviously, for the Ponies. It's a 52-yard punt by Bennett. And, you know, I mentioned how the breeze had died down. I just look up there and I see the American flag and the state flag, and they're starting to whip up again. We take a look now at Ben Hicks, sophomore quarterback. He's on the mid-season addition to the Manning list because the sophomore from Waco is having such a solid season. You see what he's done in his career. He's climbing up the charts here.
His last 3.5, 4 games, he's really starting to take command of this offense, build his confidence, and starting to get a great rapport with Trey Quinn and Cortland Sutton outside.
Xavier Jones will start the game at tailback. Fake to him, looking down the middle of the field into traffic, and it is broken up at around the 31-yard line. James Prochet was the intended receiver. There was a lot of Golden Hurricane defenders around the football. It'll be 2nd and 10.
All slightly behind the wide receiver, Prochet, but it's a pass you like to see him come down to. Good adjustment to the football, but his 2 defenders collide with the wide receiver. Can't hold on to the ball, setting up another 2nd down.
Little pitch out here to Jones. Tulsa's waiting on him, though. He'll get a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9 coming up. That time, McKinley Whitfield. That's his 77th tackle already this season.
Whitfield's a safety that will come down, and he will hit you an extra hat in the run game. Very good run defender. I thought Jeremy Smith, nice job getting outside, forcing the play back into his defenders. Guessing a lot of coverage right here, Dave. You know, as much as Bill Young likes to bring pressure in these situations, you got to give extra help outside of these wide receivers.
It looks like they're only going to rush 3, and that's all they rush. So they'll go to the ground, and waiting for it is Tulsa, but escaping, but not for long. This is going to be another loss. As you can see, the play was initially broken up by Patero Wilson Jr., number 44. That's going to be a loss of 4, and then Wilson delayed Jones long enough to get help.
Patero Wilson, he comes in on 3rd down. He's a pass rush specialist. Very good speed off the edge. He works back inside on the draw and makes a nice play to get his defense off the field.
So for punter Jamie Sackville, this is uncomfortable territory. He is almost out of the end zone on the A in Mustangs. Adrian Wadley steps up and lets it go. And yeah, the Tulsa player better scramble out of there. That took a unfortunate SMU bounce, and Tulsa will take over after the 38-yard punt at the SMU 42-yard line. 2nd timeout for the Golden Hurricane offense when we come back. There are so many responsibilities of a head coach. It is very difficult to do more than just be the head coach, but Philip Montgomery is one of only 5 to call the plays, be the coordinator, and be the head coach.
He said, that's what I love. He says, the part of coaching that I love is having my imprint on the offensive game plan and calling plays in game. He's not ready to give up the play calling duties just yet.
No, the play he calls is going to get him maybe a yard with D Angelo Brewer running into the guts of the SMU defense. 2nd down and 9 coming up.
Tulsa's had a lot of success this year running the football between the tackles, this offensive line, physical in the run game. They're going to have to get that going here this evening to help Luke Skipper get into a rhythm.
Play action fake to Brewer. Skipper in a little bit of trouble here. Hit as he throws. Heaves it down the field. Contact, and the ball is dropped right at the goal line. Hobbs had a great opportunity. He had broken free and around the 2-yard line, just could not hang on, and it'll be 3rd and long.
I like the savvy of Luke Skipper within the pocket. The rush gets there. He sidesteps and steps up in the pocket. He's got his man, Justin Hobbs. He's got inside position on the coverage. Delivers a nice pass. Justin Hobbs, the junior, has to come down with that catch for his offense.
Who were the 2 guys that said they were going to run the ball a lot? That's the 2nd deep shot in 5 plays. I don't know who said that, but 3rd down and 9. This looks like the Tulsa from the last couple of years, just chucking it down the field. Pressure coming in from the blitz. It's picked up over the middle. This is going to be caught. 15-10, 5, and it's a touchdown for Tulsa. And Nigel Carter and a step on the defender. 6-0 Golden Hurricane.
You set it off the onset, Dave. SMU brings pressure, so they're man-to-man coverage down the field. Nigel Carter's working out of the slot position, runs a simple post route. He does a great job with his head, fakes outside, gets the safety to bite, and comes back to the middle of the field where there's nobody there. And Luke Skipper delivers a dime to get the Hurricane on the board.
A little bit of a low snap, but a nice job there by the holder, Thomas Bennett. And Tulsa slips ahead of SMU with an aggressive offensive approach. 3 deep shots, and it yields a touchdown. 7-0 Tulsa. A 41-yard hookup from Luke Skipper to Nigel Carter. And SMU will have their 2nd possession of the ball game coming up. But because of the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, Ponies ought to get good field position here. The kickoff is going to happen from the 20-yard line. Did not hear the number of the player, but I'm guessing some sort of celebration was detected by this crew and cost Tulsa 15. So West on the kickoff return, Braden West, and he's got a good return going. 40, 45, trying to get to the 50-yard line. He'll get inside of there into Tulsa territory. The kicker got him finally, and looks like this is going to be spotted at around the 40-yard line. So Tulsa had a short field, and they had the ball the 2nd time, and now SMU will.
Braden West has great speed. I like the patience as he allows the blocks to set up and the burst through the hole. And SMU in excellent field position, and going back to the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, a huge mistake by Tulsa following their opening touchdown.
Xavier Jones comes into the tailback, a 52-yard return. So that 15-yard penalty really changed things. Delay handoff to Jones. He'll get 3, maybe 4. They'll give him 3. Tackle there by Tyara Stevenson, a redshirt freshman out of Louisiana. 2nd and 7 coming up. Jones splitting time with Braden West, who the SMU coaches really like. I think he could almost be a wide receiver if they ever needed him out there. But they're doing okay at that position right now. Quick throw. This is Quinn, 25 to the 20 and more. Running well after the catch is the junior from Lake Charles, Louisiana. Nice block by the tight end Ryan Becker too. It's another 1st down.
Love the bubbles, the screens outside, quick game, just get their playmakers the ball out in space. Good blocking on the perimeter, nice pickup.
Now fake to Jones. They go out to that side again to the right of the quarterback for a 5-yard pickup. 2nd down and 5. First time we've had a chance to see Cortland Sutton in action. 6'4", 218. And yes, there are teams from the NFL, and for that fact, the Canadian League is here too. And many of them are watching at number 16. Now, a different quarterback here for SMU. DJ Gillens, the Wisconsin transfer, has come in. Number 7. And Kamen Freeman, number 13, is the tailback. And now Quinn joins the crowd in the backfield. Gillen's going to keep it. Running off the block, looking for the 1st down. He might have it. It's going to be very close. Tackle by Whitfield, who's had consecutive games, 3 of them, of 10+ tackles.
It's a very multiple offense. There's so many different things, and a little wrinkle here that they haven't shown a lot of this season. They bring in Gillens. It's a simple quarterback counter. A lot of success.
He's going to stay out there on 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. And Freeman will stay out as well, a sophomore from Texarkana, Texas. 8th play of the drive coming up. Gillens has thrown one pass for 76 yards and a touchdown. He's missed his other 3. Pitch out here and knocked out of bounds at the 7. They're going to say he did not get out of bounds. The official. Freeman shoved out. Miles Mouton and Whitfield in there yet again. 2nd and goal at the 7. And now Hicks is back in at quarterback. And Freeman checks out also. And back in is Xavier Jones. I got to think this is where you start looking at something. If you're going to pass it, man.
Throw the fade in the back of the end zone. This guy's 6'4", 220. Great job high pointing the ball.
Going left. Hicks on the run goes for Quinn. I think the foot was in, and it's a touchdown for SMU. Trey Quinn's 6th touchdown catch of the season.
Watching Ben Hicks on tape, one of the things that he really excels at is when he's on the move. They spread him out, they get him outside the pocket, even working to his left, squares his shoulders, and the savvy wide receiver Trey Quinn with an excellent route catches the football with his hands and keeps those feet in bounds.
Little question about that. He got the 1 foot down and he needed to. So Trey Quinn with a couple of catches on a run that you rarely see in college football. It caps off a 9-play, 40-yard drive. 3 minutes and 41 seconds. Trey Quinn, the last 3 games, has caught 49 passes. Trey Quinn had to sit out last season, as Alex Cordery mentioned earlier tonight, transferring from LSU. And it was interesting reading some comments he had in an article, Dusty, that he couldn't even watch football that year he didn't play. It was so difficult for him. He used to love to talk to his dad and to his granddad about the games he saw on Saturday. Even Sundays he had a hard time watching when he wasn't playing.
It's a competitive nature of this guy, and that's why he spent the entire year learning, getting better, time in the film room, and countless hours catching footballs. Boy, it's paid dividends. You get that hunger to be on the football field, he's made it count so far this season.
So Stokes and Simon back deep. Pobledo handling the kickoffs for the Ponies, and here we go. 7 up, high, not very deep. Stokes in the 7. Little hole there, and he bounced away from the center and is gang tackled at the 23-yard line. Tulsa's had great success on the ground this year. Last year they were deadly in the passing game as well. Skipper, one-on-one coverage again down the sideline. Catch made again by Hobbs, and Hobbs down to around the 15. Let's see where they mark him out of bounds, and it is the 15-yard line. Another one-on-one opportunity in the passing game.
It's great protection in the pocket for Luke Skipper, and Justin Hobbs beats Christian Davis at the line of scrimmage with his hands. Great throw and catch. And
again they play quickly, and bursting out of the backfield is Shamari Brooks, and he'll get a solid 5 to the 9-yard line, and pressure being put on by this Tulsa offense.
You can see the physical nature in which Shamari Brooks runs the football with as he lowers the shoulder and runs over an SMU defender.
They've had 4 deep shots now, Dusty, and we still have more than 4 minutes to go in the quarter. The last one for 49 yards.
That's what sets up the run game, and defenses have been honing in on the run game, piling in on the box, giving one-on-one situations outside tonight for taking advantage.
And Brooks, that's a good tackle right there. 1v1, Onu, and that'll be 2 yards short of the first down with 3rd down coming up.
Wouldn't be surprised if we saw Chad President coming up here, the other quarterback. Kind of his special package in the red zone and short yardage.
They don't. We've already seen SMU do that. Change quarterbacks in this quarter, but Skipper stays out there. In trouble. And that is going to be an interesting measurement. The catch was made by Keenan Johnson. He was brought down and in space. And let's see, they mark it at the 4 and first down.
Good play design by Philip Montgomery as a defense expecting run. It's a play action pass. They throw it to Keenan Johnson, who works across the formation in motion, and he's wide open out in the flat.
And now here is Chad President. This is what you were looking for, Dusty.
Been extremely effective for them in the red zone. Quarterback, not the best thrower, but runs this offense extremely effective.
And on the zone read, a handoff to Brooks, and he breaks a couple of tackles, and Tulsa goes back out on top. Onu, the leading tackler for SMU, had a chance, could not hang on, and just like that, Tulsa counters.
Shamari Brooks has been such a bright spot for this Tulsa offense. The true freshman from Union right there in Tulsa. Onu's got him dead to rights. One-on-one. Shamari Brooks with a great shake as he walks into the end zone.
And you see that left arm of his? He's kind of holding that as if he's a little bit uncomfortable. Hopefully that is not anything serious. So Tulsa counters. 9 plays, 77 yards, 409. Into the end zone, Brooks and Tulsa. Talk about SMU football. You better be talking about Eric Dickerson, who is here tonight to root on his alma mater. Unbelievable college running back, and of course took that into the NFL to a Hall of Fame career.
I don't think he ages, Dave.
No, and he looks to be in great shape too. I mean, if necessary, you know, if all of a sudden you see somebody running really upright out there, they found a uniform for him. And Shamari Brooks, we commented about it, he's looked uncomfortable with his left side or left arm. He is heading toward the dressing room. And the only slight shred of good news for Tulsa is they do have, we think, a healthy D Angelo Brewer. We'll find out the next time they come out. So Xavier Jones is the tailback, standing right next to Ben Hicks in the pistol formation. Hicks on the run. And there's Quinn with another catch. That's his third. It'll be a short gain of about 4. Tackle made there by Evans, Caleb Evans.
Quinn's route running, savviness, and his understanding of defense make him next to impossible to cover at this level.
This is Jones getting almost to the next level. He'll be about a yard, 2 yards short of the first down. Cooper Edmiston, a sophomore from Gatesville, Texas. Very good linebacker, number 42 in the white, in there on the stop. 3rd and 2.
Playbook's wide open right now for Joe Craddock, the 32-year-old offensive coordinator for SMU.
I feel like that he could still be talking football if we hadn't left his office.
Absolutely.
My goodness, he enjoys talking about the sport.
Also crowd in the line of scrimmage. In fact, they'll be bringing a little bit of everything to stop this 3rd and short.
They go to Jones. He might have stopped him. This is, might even have to measure this one. Whitfield was the leading tackler on that one for Tulsa. And he did not get it. It is 4th and inches, and at the moment I don't see the punt team. And there's a good look there at Joe Craddock. And they are indeed going to go ahead and punt the football. Adrian Wadley waiting at the 25-yard line. Sacked those first punt. A little bit under 40 yards, and actually hit and backed up. Another Australian punter. This has a lot of spin on it. And this is going to go forward and work out pretty nicely for SMU to be at the 24-yard line. A 41-yard punt. So D Angelo Brewer is in the backfield, number 4, right next to the quarterback, and he'll get the football, and Brewer will get outside the 25 to the 28 for a gain of 4. He is a terrific back out of Tulsa. 21 career touchdowns, now 3,228 yards, 4th best in Tulsa history.
Tough runners, got good vision, great cutback skills.
And he'll get it again. And Brewer popped through. 45-50. Brewer into SMU territory. And he's down around the 37 as Onu brings him down. They're going to say the 38-yard line. It's a first down.
Off the right side, Willie Wright, Zach Yules, the right tackle, right guard. Great push inside, opening up a big hole for D Angelo Brewer to burst.
34 there. Now for Brewer, who did not play against Connecticut, this has to feel great as he continues to run. Gets some good blocking, turns up, and he's inside the 25 and down at the 22. Justin Lawler, 99, the senior lineman, brings him down. Another 17 in the Brewer column.
They're going to pull Chandler Miller, the center, get outside. He gets the ceiling block. It allows D Angelo Brewer to get to the edge.
And that will be the end of the first quarter with Tulsa on the move again here. On the hilltop right now, the Golden Hurricane has come storming into town with a big-time offense. take the lead in a very good first quarter. Very entertaining. Tulsa on the move, up by 7. One quarter in the book, and Tulsa has been dominating this game when they have the football. In just 34 additional seconds, they have a gigantic advantage in total yardage. With Alex Cordray and Dusty Dvorak, Dave Lamont, glad you could join us here on ESPN2 for this American Conference matchup. SMU trying to get a 6th victory to be bowl eligible for the first time since 2012. Brewer bouncing off and fighting for 2 very hard yards. Kyron Mitchell, a junior from Houston, has had a very solid season picking up the tackle there. He has 12 tackles for loss on the season so far. It is number 11.
Physical tackler and Kyron Mitchell, not afraid to bring the hat and shoulder. Excellent off the edge, timing of blitzes, and a very instinctive defender.
Right now, this game is tilting toward Tulsa's way. Brewer spinning, but nothing there. So Onu just grabbed him and would not let go. Delonte Scott, 35, was in there also. So it's 3rd and long from the 8. Chad President is back in at quarterback.
Guessing something here with a run-pass option for President.
He's going to keep it all the way, and he'll in. Touchdown, Tulsa. What a hole that opened up there. And Chad President just strolled into the end zone.
He's been a red zone weapon this year for Tulsa since they made the switch to Luke Skipper as the starting quarterback. It's a quarterback sweep on the outside. They're going to fake the stretch. Chad President gets behind Brewer and behind his blockers and strolls into the end zone.
That is
very
his
impressive drive for Tulsa.
8th rushing touchdown on the year. Impressive indeed, Dusty. 9 plays, 76 yards, and 415. And D Angelo Brewer responsible for 60 of those drives, and he is the man right now for Tulsa. With Brooks out, they have to go to Brewer, and the veteran running back pays it off. That's scary. Tuesday night coming up, and that's, man, I'm glad I missed that little haunted house. Breeze has picked back up a little bit here. At kickoff, it was kind of quiet, but it's been a very windy day at the Metroplex. And it's picked back up again as Tulsa will be kicking into that. And right now, everything is going their way, no matter what the wind may say. 94 yards rushing, 203 total. And everything is falling exactly as they had hoped for. This will be Weft. He'll take a knee in the end zone and touch back out of the 25-yard line. West on the carry. They're going to get 10 and a lot more here. West, 40. He's gone. West, touchdown. Their longest play is now 75 minutes.
See, I told you she needed to run the football, right? That's what they need to do. They need to run the football. More back power inside. Right guard Will Hopkins pulls out, gets in front. Massive hole for Braden West. And you see the explosiveness and the speed once he gets into the open field.
Beautifully blocked that time by that SMU front. It's a one-play, 75-yard drive. And it's a 7-point lead just like that. Longest run of the year for SMU by Braden West.
We talked about SMU needed to run the football. They got exactly what they were looking for. It's an inside run between the tackles. Massive hole. The offensive linemen are out in front. And Braden West to the house.
Here. So a kick return here from Stokes. 25, Stokes 30. Stokes slipped just a little bit around the 35-yard line. He could have picked up a few more. So Luke Skipper brings him back out. He's got D Angelo Brewer right next to him, and Brewer's going to be the bell count out for the rest of the night. His 16th carry, going wide this time, puts the foot on the ground and gets outside the 40, where Onu gets him with another tackle for number 4. That's a 3-yard pickup, second down and 7. And And this is the game plan that Tulsa said they were going to execute.
The tight end, Chris Minter, he moves around. He'll be lined up in the wing, sometimes almost like a fullback, inline tight end. A very effective evening, blocking at the point of attack and opening up a lot of these holes for D Angelo Brewer.
I think it's 2nd and 8. They only gave him 2. Now, I don't know if he hung on to that pass. No, he didn't. Josh Stewart could not hang on. Clemens was in coverage. The ruling is incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 8 coming up.
The aggressive nature of defensive coordinator Van Malone typically tells you in these type of situations they're bringing pressure.
There have to be about 15 SMU players on the field. So they take the deep shot, and it's caught at the 24-yard line by Justin Hobbs. SMU was incredibly disorganized there, and this is going to, the penalty, now there's another flag at the 36-yard line. That was weird. They came running out as if the center judge was standing over the ball.
Right, but he wasn't.
No, he was back where he normally is.
Illegal substitution. 12 men on the field. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
It was more than 12.
Oh, it was at least 13 on the field. Bit of confusion there for the SMU defense. See, they sub. This is a mistake by the referee.
Yes, it is.
If they sub, you have to allow the defense the opportunity to substitute themselves, and the officials, they missed that one.
Yeah, that's an excellent point, Dusty. So the football is marked back at the 28-yard line in SMU territory.
But another shot.
That's 5 deep shots. They've hit 3.
Luke Skipper.
Yep. Skipper pumps there. Going to take a deep shot. End zone open. The pass hung a little bit, and it's broken up. And flags come in. It looks like Jordan Wyatt is going to be guilty of the penalty. He's going to argue this one.
Pass interference. Defense number 15. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Let's see how this one looks.
It's a double move. You saw the pump fake by Luke Skipper. And Jordan Wyatt, very good cover guy on the outside. He's beat initially. His problem is he never looks back at the football. Clearly too much contact before the ball gets there. I know Jordan Wyatt doesn't like it, but it's the right call, Dave.
So 5:18 to go. Red zone time again. And it's D Angelo Brewer time, and they were waiting on him. No gain on the play. Mitchell collapsed that one, number 11 in red. 2nd down and 10. But there's no point in Tulsa hurrying right now, is there?
No. Take it slow, grind that clock away, let your defense rest.
Seventh play of the drive coming up. Brewer again. And the one thing I like about him is he is very decisive with that first cut. It's forward. It's never sideways.
Patient. And then you're exactly right. When he sees the hole or he reads the block, puts that foot in the ground, and it's bam, north and south right now.
So Chad President comes back out at the quarterback. It's kind of that running quarterback position. He has scored a touchdown already tonight. An easy 7-yard stroll. 3rd down and 6 coming up.
Same spot on the field as a quarterback sweep that got him in the end zone last time.
The give to Brewer. Brewer again putting that foot on the ground and gone. Touchdown, Tulsa.
I've been giving this Tulsa offensive line a lot of praise today. That was all D Angelo Brewer. Wasn't a whole lot there initially. As you mentioned, he put that right foot in the ground. He cut back against the grain. Makes an excellent run.
You ready? Here, I'm going to give you his first half numbers. You want to take a guess?
$130.
A little light. You almost got the actual retail price without going over. He's got 122, 19 carries, and that touchdown. And Tulsa following their offensive game plan to a T.
They want to be able to run the football. That's who they are coming in, averaging over 250 yards a game on the ground. Pretty well defended initially by SMU. Brewer wants to get to the perimeter, the edge. Great vision, and as I've mentioned, the patience. And once he sees it, he puts the foot in the ground, he gets north and south, and he walks into the end zone.
Ooh, a little trouble there on the kick return. Fumbled at the 5-yard line, or actually muffed. And only the 7-yard line is Braden West. May have misjudged that because it came down around his ankles and left the ball behind. So bad field position here for SMU. Meantime, get 35-40. Prochet, another big play for SMU coming off of this Tulsa score. Prochet picks up a couple of additional yards. And that's a big hitter to the 31-yard line. Never mind that about bad field position. 63 yards.
That's busted coverage. Prochet should not be able to get behind the defense that easily, and an excellent throw by Ben Hicks.
And Hicks comes out firing again to the 23-yard line, right in front of the Tulsa bench. That's going to be just a little bit short, maybe a yard and a half short of the first down. And now SMU playing with a little bit of pace. The catch there by Sutton. Of course, they only have one timeout. So another giant chunk play for the Mustangs. Fakes the pitch. Going end zone. Quinn, touchdown. SMU responding in a hurry.
Love the play design right there, Dave. Fake the pitch into the boundary, which is a big part of what SMU does. You saw Trey Quinn. He came across in motion. He stopped at the wing. He faked as if he was going to block, and then he slips out up the seam, wide open. And Ben Hicks finds his favorite target.
Took him 60 seconds to go 92 yards in 3 plays. Half, 49 points. 322 total yards for Tulsa, 263 for SMU. Ponies will get the ball when we start the second half. With Tulsa in front, 28-21 over SMU as you're watching the American Conference on ESPN with Alex Cordry and Dusty Dvorak. Dave Lamont from the hilltop just outside of Big D, downtown Dallas. Beautiful area SMU is located in, and they will get the football first to start this third quarter. And it'll begin with a touchback at the 25-yard line. So we'll see how Ben Hicks and this SMU offense responds. And let's take a look. If you missed the beginning of our program, we talked a lot about the receivers for the Ponies and for the Golden Hurricane, the running backs, Dusty, and this is how they've matched up so far.
Trey Quinn finally got going. Had a really nice fake toss and found him on the outside. Cortland Sutton, the imposing presence that he is at 6'4", over 215 pounds. Really hadn't gotten fully going so far in the half.
Xavier Jones is the tailback to start the half, and he will get it. And Jones with some great running and tight. One man to beat. He'll break a tackle and run out of gas. Finally, that tackle slowed him down by Robinson, allowing Whitfield to come up from behind to get him 45 yards for Jones. Another big play for the Ponies.
Well, Hayden Howerton, 75, the guard, gets out and he makes a great block on Edmondson. And you see the cut in the open field by Xavier Jones.
Back to the ground they go again. And Jones, 7 more in his column to the 23-yard line. Let's check in quickly with Alex Cordry.
Thank you, Dave. We're talking to both the coaches. Coach Montgomery says his offense has been extremely effective. He said we always like to be balanced, but of course we know our identity is running the ball, and D Angelo Brewer has been great. On the other side, Coach Morris says he was really disappointed in his team's first half performance. Says it was hard to get in any sort of rhythm offensively, and he said the second half here, we've got to get the momentum back.
Alex, thank you. They lost 2 on that prior play, so 3rd down and 5. And SMU slows the pace down just a little bit here.
Don't be surprised if they move Ben Hicks outside the pocket. Very effective moving him outside the pocket in the first half.
Is that one-on-one coverage with Sutton?
That's right. Single high safety.
Hicks, he does go a little outside the pocket. He gets dumped. The pass doesn't work. And it'll be 4th down and 5. Craig Suits, the veteran linebacker. And I mean, there's a guy, I've called several Tulsa games, and I think he's played every one. Craig Suits put the pressure on the quarterback. 1 out of 6 now, 3rd down for SMU.
That was a screenplay set up perfectly. Hicks had Xavier Jones out in the flat with a blocker out in front. Jones just drops a pass. Missed opportunity. SMU's going to roll the dice.
Yeah, they are. This is a big pair of dice here. Empty backfield on 4th and 6. Hicks, design run, and Tulsa read it, ate it up. Patera Wilson Jr., the senior out of Memphis, crushing that play. And Tulsa holds on downs.
Patera Wilson, 3rd down specialist. They bring him in. He's an outstanding rusher, a great athlete. And it's a simple bull rush into the offensive tackle. A design quarterback draw. And Patera Wilson says, not up in here. Excellent job with a bull rush, shedding the block, and making the play to get his defense off the field.
So they lose 3. They could have thought about a 42-yard. I'm sure they did think about a 42-yard kick, but they gambled.
Surprised by the play call also. Ben Hicks is not known for his running ability. They like to try to run him on a big 4th down.
First time he's tried to run the ball all night. And it didn't work. D Angelo Brewer doing the heavy lifting with Shamari Brooks out for the night. Suffered an injury. Play action fake. Skipper. Hobbs is open. Juggling catch. And he'll go. Styling into the end zone. And he'll draw a flag for that. But it's still going to be a touchdown. As Onu and Davis, the 2 defenders, could not handle it. And Hobbs caught it. And it'll be a touchdown.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense number 29. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
So 6 deep shots. Hobbs has caught 3 of them. And the other one was caught by Carter. So they're 4 of 6 on deep shots tonight. And they're going to take away the touchdown. That is right. They can do that with an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. They're taking the touchdown off the board. They're penalizing from the spot of where he started to prance Deion Sanders style into the end zone. So the touchdown is off the board. It's 28-21.
What a huge mistake by Justin Hobbs. Huge mistake.
So, and Tulsa loses 3 on the next play as Mitchell takes care of Luke Skipper. It's 2nd down and 13. This is a fairly new rule in the last few years to cut down the celebrations by players. And now the officials have the power to wipe out the score, and they have done so here.
I understand it. I know it's the rules, so as a player, you have to know the rules and abide by them, but I don't like it. I really don't. I mean, it has no impact on the play whatsoever.
Skipper's got some time. He doesn't anymore. The coverage is really good. Skipper's got a lot of room if he wants to run, and he finally decides that he's going to, but he's going sideways. And instead of making a forward run, he went sideways and just got back to the line. It was 4th and long.
You know what I didn't like, though? I thought Skipper did a great job buying time. His receivers never came back to him. Yeah. In a scramble drill, the wide receivers got to help the quarterback out. They got to work back. They continue down the field. So I think they could have done a much better job helping their quarterback out, giving them an outlet to throw the football to.
So Jones is on for a 49-yard attempt with the punter, Bennett, the holder. Jones 0 for 1 tonight. And he nails this one. That's a tough kick. And from 49 out, Tulsa does get some points out of the drive. They thought they had 6, Dusty, but this one didn't stand.
No Deion Sanders type dancing and celebrating in college football. Justin Hobbs wishing he hadn't have done this. It took 6 off the board.
So things have gotten really interesting here since we started the 3rd quarter. We've played 3 minutes and 59 seconds in increasingly cooler weather, I should point out, also here in the Plex. We've had SMU go for it on 4th and 6 in Tulsa territory, passed up a chance at a field goal, ran the quarterback who doesn't run well. He got stuffed. We've seen Tulsa have a penalty that nullified a wide open touchdown because of unsportsmanlike conduct. The penalty took the points off the board. Then Tulsa settled for a 49-yard field goal in these breezy conditions. And that's the second time we've seen a kickoff dropped by SMU, and they will get field position, and it's terrible at the 12-yard line. Second time that West has had a hard time. West is in there at the tailback spot, and he'll get this carry, and it's going to pop open. West to the 27-yard line. That's a solid 14-yard pickup before Whitfield makes the stop.
Very nice interior blocking. Braden West. See the speed in the open field.
Fake to him, Hicks. There's Sutton, and he turns. There's an example of making a positive, quick, hard move by Sutton as he just turns and immediately gets the first down. Evans on the stop. That's a 13-yard pickup.
Well, he's a good route runner. It's a comeback route. The quarterback falls down. A little option route as he turns around. Gives his quarterback a good target.
Cayman Freeman is in the game of the tailback. He takes a play-action fake. They go down to Sutton one-on-one, and he had to come back for the football, and it's going to be incomplete. Reggie Robinson and he have been going at it for the night, and it's going to be 2nd and 10 there.
Surprised he didn't come down with that ball. Slightly underthrown, but Sutton does a nice job repositioning himself. Able to come down with the reception. 7 different times Sutton's been targeted. There's 4 catches on the night. Thought this drive kind of felt like a time when you would go to your 2 playmakers. You would find Quinn, you would find Sutton. They tried on first down, unsuccessful.
Lay handoff to Freeman did not fool that Golden Hurricane D. He's actually brought down for a loss of a yard. Craig Suits, the senior out of Sunnyvale, Texas.
Well, Suits is screaming off the edge. It's a nice play behind the line of scrimmage. You know, this defense completely changed 2 weeks ago under Bill Young. Primarily a guy who runs a 4-man front, an even front. They've switched to an odd-man front or a 3-man front. More linebackers on the field, a way for them to get their best 11 players. They've been playing much improved last 2.5 weeks.
Hicks has a little room to leak out this time. Can he get to the first down marker? He'll do better than that. He'll get into Tulsa territory all the way down to the 46. Just the second 3rd down converted tonight. Took a 15-yard scramble to do it.
Ben Hicks says, hey, you guys up in the booth, I'm a better athlete than you give me credit for. Nice job picking up the first down when there was nothing there down the field.
Freeman, the sophomore from Texarkana, number 13, staying in the tailback position. Hicks looking all the way. Low pass. Catch made by Prochet. That'll be a short gain to pick up a 3. 2nd and 7. Robinson there on the stop, number 9. Interesting. We've had such a different variety of tempo tonight. We've seen both these teams just fly coming off the line of scrimmage, and other times they do a lot of check with me at the sideline. Pitch to Freeman. Looks like he wants to throw it. He's going to throw it. Quinn's open. Makes the grab at the 15-yard line. First down. SMU.
Pulling out all the stops here this evening. A toss into the boundary. Freeman, the running back. A nice pass down the field to a wide open Trey Quinn. The coverage comes in late as Quinn has to react and adjust to the football. Slightly underthrown from his running back, but nice job dialing up. A little bit of a trick play by Joe Craddock, the offensive coordinator.
Good. Hicks will finally hand off to Freeman, trying to make it happen. Makes a couple of really neat cuts in traffic, but will not get to the end zone. He'll be stopped about 2.5 yards shy of pay dirt.
He worked for those yards. There was nothing there initially. Could have easily been stopped behind the line of scrimmage, but as you mentioned, a couple of nice cuts and moves. Picks up some positive yardage.
Just about 5 there. You've got Sutton at the bottom of your screen, 1-on-1.
Haven't seen a fade yet. One of the best receivers in all of college football. Be a good time.
Quinn in motion. Freeman. You'll have to wait till the next series. Ponies pick up 6, 31-27, 3:36 remaining in the quarter. Great blocking that time at the point of attack when Freeman picks up his 9th rushing touchdown of the season.
Joe Craddock says, why throw the fade when I can go power football and run between the tackles for 6?
7 plays, 61 yards, 3 minutes and 16 seconds for SMU, and they have pulled 2 within 3. Now the pressure goes back to Tulsa. How will their offense respond?
Power play.
So there's your score and time. 3:36 remaining, and SMU is pulled within 3 of the Golden Hurricane. Here at Gerald J. Ford Stadium on the hilltop. And we're finally off with a kickoff, and it's ripped to the goal line, taken by Stokes. And Stokes, great coverage by the Mustangs. He'll be stopped at the 17-yard line.
It's a 3-point game. Here we are late in the 3rd quarter, so Philip Montgomery's hoping some of the play from last year surfaces here this evening.
They'll turn to the veteran D Angelo Brewer, but SMU is waiting for him. Brewer somehow snuck a gain of 2 out of that. Cox in there on the stop again, number 32.
Big night for R.C. Cox so far. Seeing a lot of time. Jordan Williams hasn't been playing up to par. R.C. Cox been the guy for him this evening.
Pocket collapsing around Skipper. He'll take off. He sees the mark, and he will get out of bounds very casually in SMU territory at the 47-yard line. 16-yard pickup. And a backbreaker for SMU because they had coverage on the receivers. Now the handoff. Brewer. He'll get to the 35. He continues to pick up additional yardage, about 4, almost 5 there. Mikhail Onu, leading tackler for SMU, coming into the game, and he's done nothing to change that. Picks up another tackle.
Tulsa decided to put their foot on the gas and go fast.
Ooh, way too high. That was dangerous. That ball, after it hit Hobbs in the hand, was just sort of sitting there for a moment. And it's going to be incomplete. 3rd down and 6.
That ball came out of Luke Skipper's hand. Sloppy.
Notice the difference in the rushing yardage here, Dusty, as we've gone from the way that Tulsa was ripping it in the first half to what they're not doing now.
The SMU fronts played much better here early on in the 2nd half.
Skipper into double coverage. Oh, that was almost a spectacular catch by Keenan Johnson, and a very good throw by Skipper. But double coverage stops it, and it's 4th down and 6.
Well, Keenan Johnson had the initial coverage beat. And the safety, Rodney Clemens, comes in at the last second over the top, but that's still a ball that Keenan Johnson could be able to catch. Hits him in the hands, and he's unable to come down with the catch. So would have resulted in a touchdown. It's a good job getting over late by Rodney Clemens, but still, it's a play Keenan Johnson can't make.
About a 51-yard field goal with the wind at the back of Redford Jones. He's hit from 49 tonight. Good snap, good spot. Kick certainly long enough, and he blasted that. That had room to spare, and it's 34-28 Tulsa. This will be Kevin Johnson. He'll watch that roll to the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Ben Hicks and his offense will take over. Xavier Jones in the backfield right now for SMU. He'll get the carry. Makes one man miss. Can't make them all miss, so he is gang tackled to the 30. Edmiston, number 42, finished him off. Gain of 5. And you've got SMU here now trying to get the 6th win to earn that bowl eligibility. It'll be the first time since 2012, and it's a big stepping stone. And they're kind of caught because they want to celebrate it, but they don't want you to be overly satisfied with it either.
Chad Morris, we could tell yesterday, a bowl game for this program right now is huge. And he did not in any way sell, but getting to that 6th win short. Talked with us about how he's been expressing to his team all week long.
Yeah, he talked about the 1,082-day journey from when they took over. He and his staff took over, and we have a penalty marker down here, so we'll get the call and we'll finish the story after the call.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 3.
Whoa.
15-yard penalty. The down counts. It is 3rd down.
That's on Prochet. A wide receiver hit with that penalty. And they're going to take that football all the way back to the 16-yard line. It's 3rd down and 19. So we'll tell you a little bit more about the journey of Chad Morris and this SMU team when the 4th quarter begins, because it looks like they're going to let this clock run out. So SMU, looking for that bowl eligibility, is going to have to win the 4th quarter in order to do it. They trail Tulsa 34-28, and they're facing 3rd down and 19 after a personal foul penalty on a wide receiver after the play. Crazy night along the hilltop. Xavier Jones in, 3rd down and 19. Hicks going to go for it all right here to Sutton. He's open. The defender fell down. No way Sutton was going to miss that one. And he gets it into Tulsa territory, the big play, down to the 42-yard line.
Well, it's just a 3-man rush, which allows Ben Hicks to step into this football, allows a route to develop down the field. As the defender, Samuel Gotch, falls down. Nice pitch and catch from Ben Hicks to Cortland Sutton.
42 yards worth. Another big play for a big play attack. SMU has not had a lead tonight. Hicks in some trouble, gets out of it, throws. Prochet took a shot but hangs on inside the 10-yard line. He was hit by Whitfield and he did not blink.
This is all Ben Hicks. Miles Mouton puts a good rush on the guard. He gets there, grabs a piece of Ben Hicks. Ben Hicks fights his arm through, and he steps up and fires a strike down the field to Prochet.
Jones trying to get to the edge. He'll do it. Touchdown, SMU. Running off the left side of the offensive line, we are tied.
Chad Pursley on the left side, the left tackle, has the key block that sets this up. He's working on Jesse Brubaker, one of their best defensive ends. When he does well, he keeps his hands inside. Hands inside, Brubaker can't get off the block and allows Xavier Jones the edge and the end zone.
So SMU has their first lead tonight.
We've been waiting on Cortland Sutton, one of the best receivers in all of college football, and he comes up with a timely catch, setting up a Xavier Jones score. We got action here in Dallas. 35-34 Mustangs take their first lead of the day back here in Dallas. There's been a lot of personal fouls and a lot of laundry on the field today. The last one, personal foul on Allie Green. Needs a bit of an acting job here, Dave, by Trey Quinn. Can somebody get that man an Oscar? That's what that deserved, as opposed to a flag. A very iffy call on Allie Green, one that I think that the official should have kept in his pocket.
And there have been some impactful calls tonight, too. So now we're going to have a kickoff from the 50-yard line because of that personal foul penalty. More than likely, this one could wind up in downtown Dallas. Yep.
Tell you what Tulsa needs to run the football more effectively the way they did in the first half.
They have nearly 170 rushing yards in the first half. They go to Brewer, and he will get off to a good start there with about a 5-yard pickup before Onu making the stop, maybe 6 there. Brewer now pretty much doing all the work with Shamari Brooks suffering an injury in the first half, and he is not continuing tonight. You see, Brewer's only had 5 carries. This will be his 6th. Oh, he got spun around by Onu. Whoa! 3rd and short.
That's how a safety comes downhill and inserts himself in the run game. Onu flies downhill from his safety position, delivers a big blow to Brewer.
So 3rd and a couple. Back to Brewer. I think he's shy. I agree with you. Cox this time tackled him from behind, read the play really well, and that spot is clearly short. 1 out of 5 now in this half. Tulsa on 3rd down. And Philip Montgomery's going to let this clock bleed a little bit before he decides to send out the punt team.
He's got to punt the football. In a situation in the 34-yard line, you don't want to go for it here.
But they got to hurt
yourself. Yes, they do.
Unless they want to take a timeout. Big rush. Bennett was able to get the punt away. And at the 30-yard line, SMU will take over, leading for the first time tonight. Can they find Cortland Sutton when they need him? 1st and 10 from their own 31. Handoff here, and a fake by Hicks. Actually, a great play action. Fake and the catch. Cortland Sutton laying out at the 25-yard line on the flea flicker.
Another trick play dialed up by Joe Craddock, the offensive coordinator. And it's one-on-one coverage outside with Sutton and the safety McKinley Whitfield. A mismatch and a big-time catch.
That'll stop the clock. A big-time overthrow that time. 2nd down and 10. Green in coverage against Sutton. So Chad Morris was a little bit late for his meeting with us. He was apologetic, but he was talking about the team meeting that he was conducting got a little emotional as he talked about the 1,062-day journey, now 1,063, from when he took over December 1st of 2014 and where they are now, sitting on bowl eligibility, now ahead for the first time tonight, and what this could mean for their program and their future. Plenty of time for Hicks. Again, that's, oh, Quinn! He snatched that out of the air! First down at the 10.
The body control and the hands off the charts for Trey Quinn. Ball was thrown behind him, spins his body around, gets into position, and catches the back of the football. Doesn't just hold on to it, keeps the foot in bounds.
The nation's leader in catches with his 78th of the season, his 7th tonight. This is Freeman. Freeman, a hop, a skip, and a jump, and he's close to the goal line.
Going back to that story about Chad Morris, we asked him, when did you realize this was a little bit bigger undertaking than what you thought? He said the first day of spring ball. There's no doubt.
That was the season they won 2. Now they go with Hicks. They go trying to go the old sneak, and he doesn't really get anywhere with it. It's going to be 3rd and goal here from the 2.
Coach Morris said that his former quarterback, Deshaun Watson, came out for a day of spring ball, and he said afterwards he looked at him and said, "Uh-oh, Coach."
Yeah.
And Chad Morris knew right then. And what I loved is whenever he was talking about, he grew up on a peach farm, and he said that when you're growing peaches, there's 3 phases: the planting, the cultivating, the harvesting. He told us year number 1 was the planting, the foundation. Last year they started to cultivate, and this year he felt was the first year they could get their true harvest. And as they go for their 6th win, they feel that they've made it to that point.
Freeman, what a spectacular spinning run into the end zone for the score, but there's a flag down at the 4-yard line.
Holding, offense number 64. 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So he erased the score. Another thing is recruiting gains in this state that has been gigantic for SMU. Chad Morris, of course, was a spectacularly successful high school coach in the state, and he is a Texas guy. And 3 state championships. And in Texas, that's a big deal. Everybody, I think, is aware of the love of high school football. You ought to know. You played it in this state.
Friday Night Lights a real thing, my friend.
So 3rd and goal, but you got to back it up at the 12-yard line following the holding call. Hicks in some trouble here. Dumps it off incomplete. Freeman was the intended receiver. A lot of pressure that time put on by Tulsa. So now here comes the field goal team and Josh Williams. So one of the problems was when he took over, he said, we didn't have very many players from Texas. They had 65 on the roster when he got here that were not from Texas. Now you see the difference.
His plan was simple. We got to get back to recruiting the state of Texas. We're right here in the heartland of the Dallas Metroplex. This is where we need to make our bread, and the graphic says it all.
Again, those are only high schoolers. We're not counting junior college in that. And 3 on the board for Josh Williams, 38-34.
Coming into tonight, we knew SMU had some good-looking receivers that could catch the football. Cortland Sutton. How about Trey Quinn?
It's been a highly entertaining night because it is Fun Friday. And, of course, Dusty and I are the Friday veterans. We've been on Fridays all season long just about. Kickoff return here from Stokes. And Stokes fighting for extra yards. And gets it out to the 42-yard line. Well, we got another wild one here, 38-34. It's also trying to regain the rhythm of an offense that, give credit to SMU's defense, by the way. They've made it much more difficult here. 97 total yards in this half. I see it's fun even where you are. Even on a chilly night here in the Plex, it's fun. But only 97 total yards for Tulsa in this half, counting that play.
It's a credit to SMU's defensive line, their front 7. And much more sound up front. R.C. Cox having a great second half.
Skipper. And he'll get a couple. Good coverage downfield that time by SMU. He just could not find anybody, but stopped the clock with 8:46 to go. And did salvage a little something there. So he's got 3rd and 5.
Started with great field position. You don't want to squander this. And you also have to remember the previous drive was a 3-and-out. Here's another quick 3rd down. That defense for Tulsa needs to stay over there and get some more rest.
A delayed hand. Oh, he faked the handoff to Brewer and takes off, and Skipper with his legs again. What a great job of acting by Brewer, because I thought for a moment he had the football, and instead Skipper hangs on and is forced out by Onu.
Looks like a quarterback draw, a delayed quarterback draw. Brewer gets in front. R.C. Cox had a chance to tackle him in the open field, but Luke Skipper showing the athleticism.
He gained 18 on that play. He's not the guy they will tout as the running quarterback. That's Chad President. He's got 57 yards on the ground and 10 carries.
And a lot of those on 3rd down, Dave. He's beat them up running the football on 3rd down.
Now Brewer. And he'll actually lose a yard if they stick with that spot. It'll be 2nd down and long, and that's got to be so demoralizing for SMU. You do your job in pass coverage. Now that looked like a design,
right?
But some of these others have just been ad-lib scrambles.
Drive a defensive coordinator crazy, and as a defender on 3rd down, you're chomping at the bit to get off the field. And extend the drive. Never feels good.
Now he's going to have to use his legs again here. Now he's going to go to the end zone, and it's intercepted. Rodney Clemens, the safety, came over and stepped into the passing lane. SMU takes over on the touchback.
It's a bad decision by Luke Skipper. He buys himself some time, and then he tries to throw it back across his body into the middle of the field to Keenan Johnson, and it's a heads-up play by Rodney Clemens, reading the quarterback's eyes. I apologize, going to Justin Hobbs. Rodney Clemens read the quarterback's eyes the entire way and easily steps in front for a big-time interception.
5:52 remaining. Down to the ground. Xavier Jones got hit right away. That, by the way, was the first turnover tonight from either side. SMU is now +10 in turnovers on the year. And to show you how good they've been with the football this year when they've had it, they've only fumbled twice, and they haven't lost either one of them. That's remarkable to me. This late in the season, they have only 2 fumbles.
Excellent ball security. Turnover is such a huge part of when teams win and lose football games. You take care of the football and you take it away, you're going to win a lot of games. And a great recipe for SMU.
Hicks with the play action fake. That's a dangerous throw. Trying to force it into Quinn. He's way overshot him. And it's going to be 3rd down and about 11. Maybe 12. Pressure that time from Jeremy Smith, the player that you mentioned earlier that popped off the video when you were watching.
Excellent pass rusher. He's got a very quick first step and hands. Long, athletic, quality pass rusher for Tulsa.
And that stopped the clock with 5 minutes and 9 seconds to go, the incompletion.
I'm going to go on a limb here, and I'm going to say this ball is going to Trey Quinn or Cortland Sutton down the field.
I think there's a chance of a handoff to Jones, maybe. He will not be. Hicks in some trouble, gets loose, he's going to take off. And fighting for the additional yardage, he'll be short by 1. He took a shot, too. He did not slide. Suits and Edmiston met him. Clean hit. It's 4th down and a yard, and the punt team will come out.
Well, Hicks gets pressure early, and he gives up on the routes down the field and elects, I'm just going to try to pick this up myself. It's a really nice open field tackle by Cooper Edmondson, as well as Craig Suits, stopping him just short of 1st down yardage. Big stop for the Tulsa defense to get off the field.
Wadley at the 30-yard line awaiting the punt. Not a great kick. It got hooked a little bit, and it's going to bounce and dive around the 32 or 33-yard line. So that's decent field position for Tulsa. Now, let's go back to a play that is a big one in this game. Here's Justin Hobbs. He breaks loose. He's wide open down the sidelines. There's nobody near him as he juggles the football. But watch this little gesture. That cost him the touchdown. The touchdown was taken off the board by an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. If that flag wasn't thrown, or if he doesn't make that gesture, and assuming Tulsa made the extra point, we're at 38-38, not 38-34.
You've got to know the rules. That's part of the rules. Justin Hobbs has to be smarter, but I hate that call and I hate that rule. No effective play.
And it's going down the middle of the field, that time incomplete. And that was Hobbs, the intended receiver. It'll be 2nd down and 10. I happen to agree with you, but it's in the book.
Right.
So
I understand, but I mean, it wasn't excessive. I mean, it was one little high step. I don't know.
But that's why we're 38-34, because Tulsa did go down and convert a field goal by Redford Jones, who, by the way, has become Tulsa's all-time leading scorer tonight, over 300 points now in his career. Did that with a 50-yard field goal tonight. 51. On 2nd down. One more time, deep down the field. This time for Johnson. Did he hang on to that? He did. Oh, man. At the 16-yard line with widened coverage, but there's a marker down.
Illegal formation. 5 in the backfield on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Devastating penalty there. That was a 56-yard connection.
On the heels of showing a penalty that really cost Tulsa, here they have another penalty that really costs them. A great throw by Luke Skipper, and Keenan Johnson finally comes down with one, but it's all for naught because of legal formation. Too many men in the backfield. It's the right call. Man.
So instead of 1st and 10 at the SMU 16, it's 2nd down and 15. And you're at your own 28-yard line. Skipper had a good pocket there, came back. That throw is low. It's incomplete. Hit the ground. 3rd down and 15. And Hobbs was the intended receiver there.
I don't think this is 4-down territory, as Tulsa has 3 timeouts left. SMU showing a lot of pressure up front. My guess would be they're going to bluff and play coverage. But Van Malone told us he likes to dial it up on 3rd and long.
They rush only 3. Skipper's got some time, but he can't find anybody open. Now he's going to have to scramble, and they will catch him. He got 5 back, but that was it, maybe 6. Justin Lawler ran him down.
SMU, as you mentioned, only rushes 3. They drop 8, zone coverage in the back end. Nobody's open. Luke Skipper has nowhere to go with the football. Receivers don't work back to him.
Look at
nice
this.
stop
No punter.
by the Mustang defense.
Are they bluffing? But why would you waste time, right?
They're not bluffing.
No, they can't be.
This is an interesting call here. 3 timeouts. I thought they might elect to punt it.
7 to get off the snap. Down to 6 to 5, and they'll snap it. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They need 8. Skipper in trouble. He'll be sacked. SMU takes over on downs. Dimmer Gary, number 10, the sophomore from right here in Dallas, stuffs the play.
I understand they trust their offense and they want to go for it, but man, you're really putting the entire game on that one play. And Dimmer Gary, typically a defensive tackle, he's going to line up outside as a rush defensive end, athletic, big man, working on the tackle, gets his rip up, spin, he fights through a double team. So you got to keep working as a defensive lineman. If first move may not make it, just keep working. And Luke Skipper tries to get out of the pocket, and Dimmer Gary, with a big sack, maybe the play of the game for the SMU Mustangs.
Start to see those timeouts being used now by Tulsa. Freeman will be the man in the backfield, number 13. They put a tight end in there also to do a little wham blocking, and Freeman will fight off of a hard hit and bounce off there to pick up a solid 4. And there is the first timeout taken by Tulsa. They have 2 left. Freeman again makes the first miss, but you can't even find him in that pile. Not even with a GPS could you find him. So clock
Hicks
stopped again. Yeah, and you're right. Hicks is hobbling. He's going to fight through it here. Third down and 7. He's going to pass, and he's going to find Quinn, and Quinn's going to find a first down. And Tulsa with just 1 timeout, 2:20 remaining.
Really good route combination. They had Sutton and Quinn working on the same side. Pick route as Trey Quinn works a quick speed out, and Cortland Sutton on a slant sets that pick and allows Trey Quinn to get wide open out in the flats, and an easy pitch and catch to move the chains.
Quinn with 8 catches for 101 and 2 touchdowns. So Tulsa in trouble here at the 20-yard line. Freeman, he'll get to the 19. Boy, he paid the price for that one. Hicks, what bad leg. Look at this. And he'll slide safe at the 12-yard line. A couple of yards shy, and the clock will run.
Smart headsy play to stay inbounds and keep that clock rolling. SMU's going to get that 6th win. Chad Morris is going to get the Mustangs back into a bowl game. And you mentioned it earlier. He straight up told us, we're going to celebrate and enjoy this. Now, it's not the end of the season. We haven't completely reached our goals as a team. But he said we're not just going to gloss over and act like, right, you know, this isn't something that's extremely important to this program. And he said from where we were to where we are right now, we've made huge steps. That deserves recognition, and that deserves to be celebrated.
He wants more down the road, but this is a significant event for SMU football. If they can hold on here for the next 43 seconds, they convert this first down, it's over. And fighting is Freeman. He won't get it.
Won't matter.
You're right.
That's it.
34 seconds to go. And counting. SMU is going to take it. There it is. And you could see an emotional release on that SMU sideline. They understand They're going to hang on and beat a feisty Tulsa team and get that 6th victory tonight.
When Chad Morris tell us that he always shows his team videos of other teams celebrating championship moments and big marquee wins, something tells me in this week's highlight video might be their very own celebration of these players and coaches.
Tonight, his quarterback, Ben Hicks, 19 of 32, 2 touchdowns, 338 yards, and SMU is bowl eligible. For Alex Corkery and Dusty Dvorak and our entire crew, I'm Dave Lamont. We send it now to Baseball Tonight as we say goodnight from Dallas, where SMU is now bowl eligible.